Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Average Film Enjoyer podcast, Hooptober. Today, we are going to be talking about The Lighthouse, which is an
Yes.
extremely enjoyable movie that I love
Mm-hmm.
very, very much. Um,
I think we both love it.
we both love it. You don't love it nearly as much as I do, though, because you have it at a
I do
four and a
not
half.
know.
And
I
would
do.
you call it a high 4.5 or a low 4.5? Because I have this at a 5.
I believe I have it at a 92.
Which is a decent 4.5.
That's a high 4.5.
Yeah, that's almost a 5,
W-
actually. Man.
yeah. Let me see. I just wrote the Loft House in Letterboxd. God. Yeah, what are your thoughts on the Lighthouse? Why do you love it so much?
Oh my god, dude. Everything from the aesthetic to what it all means, in my opinion. And
Mm-hmm.
I read what Robert Eggers says it all means, and it just makes it so much better. But I want to run a bit of a game to see if all of the people watching can guess what movie I have on in my screen for each of these episodes now, because I
Oh
think
yeah,
that
we're
that'll
gonna have a
be
different movie every
a
episode.
different movie every episode. Last episode was obvious because if you've seen any of the streams I've been running on TikTok, Jagger the movie guy, or on Twitch, Jagger the movie guy. I had Stop Making Sense, the Talking Heads concert running because it's incredible. Let's see if you guys can guess what's up on here today because it's a good one. You don't like it, but I love it. Um,
I
so the
don't.
okay, the Lighthouse. I want, and this is I'm being dead serious. I want you to run your best guess on what it means, because I would have never guessed what it is.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot to break down, and I don't think I'm gonna come even close. So I'm just gonna let you go ahead and tell us what it means.
All right. So, spoiler now for The Lighthouse. So, from the very beginning of the movie, it is them going on to the island,
Hmm.
right? And if
Yep.
you watch, there are people coming off of the island. Those people look
Yeah.
really sad and like they've seen a lot. Seeing a lot
Yeah.
is very important. Now, if you look, the movie is in black and white, and at first glance, you'd think, oh, that's just Robert Eggers doing his thing about the time period and what it is, because he does do that for the most of his movies. But then if you watch The Northman, which is not too far off, it's in color.
Well, yeah. So is the witch.
So
The
is The
witch is in color
Witch.
too.
I forgot The Witch is in color.
There's
All the
just a lot
posters
of
are black and
like
white.
grays and whites used in the movie, but they're not like full black and white films.
But The Lighthouse is.
Mm-hmm.
What is the most important thing in The Lighthouse to the characters?
The light,
The
right? I
light up
mean,
at the top of the lighthouse, right? The entire movie
yeah.
is Robert Pattinson's plot to get up to the light at the top of the lighthouse.
Yeah, to like tend the light.
This movie is in black and white in the attempt to point out the darkness and the light used. In the
Mm-hmm.
darkness of the movie, when it gets to night, the
Yeah.
characters start to go particularly insane, but in the day, in the light, they are hardworking men. Correct?
Yeah.
At night, we see Willem Dafoe grow a tentacle. We see Robert Pattinson
Yeah, that
have
was weird.
very bizarre moments with a mermaid. A lot of very strange things happen at night in this movie.
Yeah, there's definitely some sequences here that made me very uncomfortable.
So it's a strange movie when it comes to the dark and the light. However,
Yeah.
even in these dark moments, the goal is still to get to the light.
Yeah.
Now that explains the black and white color palette. But the
Mm-hmm.
events of the movie are them slowly going insane, obviously. But at the very
Yeah.
end, you see Robert Pattinson actually get up to the light, look in the light, fall down the stairs, and be at the bottom with his eyes gouged out. That's the ending of your movie, right?
Yeah.
And now we're going to
Mm-hmm.
completely push aside the moment where Willem Dafoe is standing naked with light coming out of his eyes, because they didn't explain that, but I'm guessing it still has something to do with lights coming out of his eyes, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
But at the end, his eyes are gouged out, and what Robert Eggers claims when someone asked him at a screening, why didn't you show it? And he said, because you will befall to the same tragedy. The
Mm-hmm.
point made was that what's in the light is the truth of what Willem Dafoe did to the previous Lighthouse worker, the previous wiki.
Yeah.
And this whole movie is just them going insane, except Willem Dafoe is insane from the beginning, and you see
Yeah.
Robert Pattinson slowly go insane. And in that moment, you see him not be so insane, because he realizes what an insane person truly is. That's what I read. And if you look at the movie from that perspective, and how everything down to the color palette is a goal to explain what it is, that is
Yeah.
so layered and so genius that I couldn't help but give it 5 stars. Because I think that if that's what it truly is and it pays that much attention to detail, that's a good movie.
Yeah. Wow. You just unlocked a whole new level of that for me.
It's crazy thinking about it like that, huh? My head's
Yeah,
been
dude. I
spinning.
mean, like, let's for a second, let's exclude like all the huge meanings behind this, because obviously Robert Eggers does an outstanding job
Directing.
with the writing of this film, and yeah, but like, let's just look at the technical aspects. First of all, Robert Pattinson and Willem Dafoe give debatably the best performances of their careers. The only Robert Pattinson performance I can think of that could rival this is his adaptation of the Batman.
Batman.
Yeah, what were you gonna say?
I would have said Good Time as a competitor.
I think he's really good in Good Time, but I think Batman and this are another level.
All right, yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Uh, and Willem Dafoe, this is debatably Willem Dafoe's best performance. I mean, this is where Willem Dafoe gets to be the most Willem Dafoe. Like, he's just psychotic weirdo.
That's Willem
Which
Dafoe being casually Willem Dafoe.
no, like, Willem Dafoe in real life seems like a super cool dude.
He's
But
really
he's just like
weird. He's
really weird,
very
dude.
weird. Yeah.
So that's something that I think, like, this they cast this film so well. I mean, the cinematography was outstanding. Some of the imagery was very, very haunting, and the editing kind of added to that.
The cinematography, man.
Yeah, I mean, Robert Eggers does an outstanding job in all of his films with the cinematography. But yeah, you just talking about like that whole other level where it's just it kind of unlocked another unlocked another door in my brain for this film, and it's really interesting just thinking about it.
Yeah, man. Watching the cinematography though on this movie was like going on a long run and then drinking cold water. It was so nice. And haunting as anything.
Yeah.
But oh my god, was it great.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that comparison. Yeah, it was just all around really good. It's one I've been putting off for a while, but I just watched, like, when we're recording this, I think I watched this like 2 or 3 days ago, and it was just outstanding. Really, really good. I had a really good time with it. It was really interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. That's all I have to say. Is there any last thoughts that you want to add for our little short mini episode?
Any extra thoughts I'd like to add? I mean, the only thing I could have possibly added was mentioning what it means, and being able to break that down, I think, is enough to explain my 5-star rating, in my opinion.
Yeah. 100%. I totally agree. I honestly might bump it up a half star, bump it up to that 95 out of 100 after hearing that. It's just so good. But yeah, thank you for joining us on our Hooptober episode today. We appreciate you coming on. If you're watching this on YouTube, please, again, subscribe to our channel, comment down below what movie Jagger is watching. If you're looking at it right now, it's pretty gosh darn obvious what it is.
If you know what it
it's
is,
a very specific scene.
If you've heard of this movie, you know it from this scene. But if not, then you probably haven't.
If you've never heard of this movie, you're never going to get it. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe. Actually, in our YouTube right now, which we didn't talk about on our last episode, but in our YouTube description right now, we have a link to our website where you can buy our merch. And as of now, as of when this episode is dropped, we will have some dope-ass Halloween merch.
Let me explain.
Maybe live?
Let me explain. So I have been working very, very hard running a line of an entire Hooptober line. There's going to be t-shirts, sweatshirts, everything corresponding with every single movie in our Hooptober list. And they're going to be there.
I didn't even know about this till just now.
They're going to be there forever. So if you're watching this next Hooptober, then, I mean, you can still buy it. But
dude.
At this point, there's going to be a Malignant, a Scream, and a Lighthouse merchandise.
Yeah, go check out our merch. It's Jagger's been working really hard on it. I would like to say I contributed some stuff, but I contributed one design for The Shining.
Which is being used. You're going to be able to buy spoiler alert, a Shining mug. And it's the coolest looking thing. You gotta buy it.
Does it look good?
It looks great, and I am also intending on buying all of this. And just, when it comes...
Yeah, we're redoing our wardrobes.
Yeah, I'm trying very hard, but... Alright, I'll talk to you after as to why I'm having some trouble. But it's really, really high quality merchandise.
Yeah, go check out our merch. There's some awesome stuff. We would love the support. Again, follow us. I'm Trey the Film Noob on TikTok. Trey the Film Noob on Letterboxd and Twitter. He is JaggerFilmReviews on TikTok, Jagger the Movie Guy on Instagram, and Jagger Film Fan on Letterboxd. If you're listening to this on Spotify, please leave us a review and subscribe. And yeah, I just love to get a shout out. There's a little shout out that I'm going to go on a little tangent on. Jagger started this podcast without me. I came on as a guest. I came on as a guest for an episode, and then we kind of just decided, oh, okay, I guess we're doing this now, And Jagger, I just want to give a shout out to Jagger. Jagger, everything you see, all the editing, all the merch, that is all him. I'm just along for the ride. This is Jagger's pod, so shout out to Jagger. Everybody go give him a follow. He makes great stuff. He does great stuff. All while doing school, too, and acting, which is so impressive. So yeah, go give him a follow. And thank you for all the support. We really appreciate it. We will see you tomorrow for what I believe is our review of Terrifier. Thank you, and have a good rest of your day.